Hey guys, Tim and Adam here, and we want to welcome you back to Flipperflix. You guys know how much Tim loves his foods, and he got to try a new one recently called 3 Wishes.
Yup. Breakfast being my favorite meal, I was excited to try this new cereal out. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and grain-free.
I thought I saw that 3 Wishes is free from wheat, dairy, soy, oats, corn, rice, and peanuts.
That's right. It's plant-based and gluten-free certified, made with modern-day clean ingredients like chickpeas, pea protein, and tapioca.
Well, that sounds like a feat of food science.
One that took 2 years to develop.
Incredible! So what flavor of these 3 Wishes did you devour, Tim? I saw they had cocoa, cinnamon, honey, and unsweetened.
I went with cocoa, and it was delicious.
With 70% less sugar and as much as 8 times the protein of their decadent counterparts, there can't be anything like this on the shelf right now.
And there isn't. 3 Wishes is now offering our listeners 10% off with the code PODCAST10.
So head to their website at www.3wishescereal.com to learn more.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
Be a guest, be a guest. Put the Flipperflix to the test. Do do do. I'm not gonna keep singing this song, but we're the host. Do do do. Sam is up. I'm Adam. Let's see if she'll go.
Oh my gosh, that really fell apart there.
Yeah,
I was waiting for you to take over. Yeah, no, I went with be our guest.
I like it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Tim will explain why later.
Yeah.
Later, though.
If you couldn't
Night
tell
or
from,
day.
like, the cover art. But yeah. Definitely.
No, I mean, Sam, you're talking about removing that and putting our Flipperflix.
Yeah. We didn't have a group discussion about that, though.
No, we haven't yet.
So, wow, you're just pulling the listeners in.
We're just
I know,
some shit we
they're
haven't
part
even
of
talked
us.
about.
Welcome to the fourth wall of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Oh my
Every
god.
time.
Every time. We're on social media. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter. We're at Flipperflix. We also, god damn, what do we even do there? I don't know. We just talk about
post
the
our
movie.
movie stuff.
Excuse me, would you like to do this segment?
Sure. Okay, so we have a website as well that Sam's going to say.
It's www.flipperflix.wixsite.com/home. You do need the /home, and you can go there and recommend movies for us. But you
There
kind
you
of
go.
cut off our whole platform thing and where we
Oh.
announce movies and our categories.
Yeah, I did.
So that's where you can find on Instagram and Twitter. Also, we have a Gmail. If you
You
just want to
really
shout
wanna yell at me.
out and say hi, it's flipperflix@gmail.com. We release episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find them on all the major podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google. What else? Oh, if you feel so inclined, you could rate us anywhere.
Rate me.
Rate me! Because, we like to read those. And I think that's it. Tim, what's going on?
Yeah, what did we watch this week?
Okay, well, I'm Tim. I will
Hi,
say, I
Tim.
forget every time. We watched The Host, which I selected.
Ooh.
It was my turn.
Yes.
And it was from our category Daily Trends. I think we announced them last time or at the end of the episode. I'm not sure.
We did.
If not, it was for Friday, May 21st of 2021 this year.
Oh, more fourth wall breaking there.
Yeah. I just got to put it out there so they know the accuracy that we're dealing
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
We don't want any sleuths coming in and being like, well, when you released it, that was not
Right.
the trends.
with. Right.
I don't know why I did that accent.
Right, that was
It's
weird,
too
yeah.
late.
That's what a web
It's too
sleuth
late.
sounds like.
Yeah, that's
clearly.
what they all sound like.
So the top 5 is what we go off of. And number 5 was Breeze Airways. Guess it's
Oh,
a new
yeah.
airline.
With no
number
middle
4
seat.
Right, yeah. Was Grizzlies versus Warriors, so, sports.
Sports ball. Woo!
The NBA playoffs.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I got you guys on the sports ball.
BTS Butter. This is number 3, which is a Korean K-pop band, something like that.
Yeah, some SK.
The second one was Army of the Dead, which almost seems like a softball for a movie pick, except for the fact that I had already watched it that day.
Literally. that
So
day.
I'm not surprised that it's top 5. And then the number 1 is Olivia Rodrigo, which I don't know who that is. So
Oh, I had looked it up. But
I looked it up
forgot.
too, and I've already forgotten. So
Good
basically,
job,
I
guys.
used the BTS Butter one with a Korean film, The Host. Yeah, came out in 2006, and the synopsis for that is a South Korean family must save a daughter from a horrible monster that emerged from the Han River. We watched this on Hulu. I'm not sure where else you can watch it at, but I'm sure you could find it. It's about 2 hours long, and it's a science fiction thriller, if you couldn't tell from the synopsis.
I thought somebody was gonna ooh at that.
No.
It is a Bong film, so, go us, because we like Bong, so.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't like
I think
Bong?
this was one of my first experiences with Bong, honestly.
Oh.
Mine was Parasite.
Parasite? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure, because you and I watched it
I did.
back in 2006.
Exposed.
I mean, I don't remember it at all. If I watched it, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
at
maybe
your
not.
house.
Maybe it was somebody else. I thought it was you.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Maybe it was in the middle
I
of
thought
the
we
night
had this
after.
conversation. You're like, yeah, we watched it.
No, that was not me.
Okay.
Was it? It might have been Tyler.
Who did I watch this with? Because I ended up. I think the first time I went to watch it, I fell asleep, and then I finished it later. I might be. I have terrible memory. I don't know.
That's a very common theme with you, though. Like, I know we started watching Green Lantern, and then we were like, "This is bad," and we fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Yeah, I went and finished it. It was really bad."
You needed your closure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Happens
understood it.
often.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll do my expectations since I'm
I,
on the stand. Yeah, I liked it back in the day. I remember enjoying the movie. I don't think I remember very much, especially after watching it again. I definitely know I didn't remember very much, but I don't know. Creature movie, science fiction thriller. It's up my alley. I like Bong. Like I said, I think this was my first experience with Bong. I don't know. Yeah, good movie that I remembered. So we watched it again. I guess I'll let you know if I feel the same as the episode goes on. Spoilers for
Okay.
anybody that hasn't seen it because it's a Korean film. I don't know.
gotta read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You gotta be fresh.
other than that,
What?
I thought there was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember. So somebody else.
Sam. That one, the short one.
Well, I knew that Tim really liked this movie, and because it came up during our previous Okja episode, I believe.
Okja.
And if it didn't come up there, I would be
It
shocked,
did.
but I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah.
Listen, mother.
Yeah. And like Adam said, our first experience with Bong was actually Parasite. Friggin' love Parasite. Okja was great, right? So, like, basically knowing it was a Bong film, I was like, sweet, I'm excited. And then Tim was, like, super hyped about it, and I was like, I bet it's just as great as the rest of the films. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be, like, visually appealing and, like, just, I don't know, everything that Bong is and, like, have you on the edge of your seat, but, like, it's still, like, funny, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, his MO, it seems like. So, yeah, I don't know. I was just really pumped because Bong is love, Bong is life. Adam?
Yeah, kind of ditto what Sam said.
No.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna. I was like, but I'll go into it more.
Okay.
I wasn't actually expecting to be as anxious as I was with Parasite.
That's fair, yeah.
Like, Parasite straight up gets me. I'm walking back and forth.
Pace in the house.
I pace. This one, I was like, it's a monster film.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do. Monster films don't do that to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I think I'll be good. You didn't say Snowpiercer. I liked that one too.
Mm-hmm.
That's another Bong film
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that we've seen. We've seen 3, now 4.
I know. I was like, what's left? Mother? And
Then
did
one
he do
more.
anything else?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've
But
almost
we're almost
finished
there. We're almost there.
our Bong journey.
But yeah, I was expecting a movie with a monster in South Korea.
Very
Yeah,
deep.
accurate.
I know.
Yeah.
No. So I was not honestly expecting as good of CGI
Okay.
as it
Well,
was
it's
because
older.
it's from 2006, and I was like, I think for the time I was like, I bet it's probably fantastic. And I'm gonna be honest now. I'm gonna say it was better than I expected, the CGI.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I knew that the main actor, like the dad in Parasite, was in this, and I was excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's good.
I like him. I think it was either him or Bong who met Brad Pitt at the Academy Awards 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he got like super excited, and Brad Pitt sought him out rather than the other way, and he just like was flabbergasted.
Nice.
But I guess we can get into it.
Yeah.
The first scene was in English, and I was like, what?
Yeah, because I was expecting to need subtitles. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I've got like my remote ready, and I'm like, okay, because sometimes Hulu's weird, and it doesn't give me my captions.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't automatically give me my subtitles.
And you couldn't even turn them on.
Oh, you couldn't?
No. Like, I tried to see if there was an option to, like, turn them on for anything, and there wasn't.
Yeah, because sometimes with my animes, they for some reason the subs don't come with a subtitle, and I'm like, why do I have to add them?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And then it gets annoying for Sam because she's like, I don't like subtitles.
Yeah, I don't
on
mind...
English shows, speaking shows. Sorry.
So captions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it also annoys me when like they'll speak like one line of a different language and they don't like automatically caption it. I'm like, why do I have to go turn this on? But like sometimes when it's like on purpose.
Yeah.
I can't remember of when it was, but
This
I know
movie?
it's been on purpose. Yeah, there was a scene where they didn't caption it.
Yep.
I like that, but anywho, that's just getting into the nuances of platforms. Let's talk about how much freaking formaldehyde they put in the goddamn river. Like, are you kidding me? It's not like it was like one or two bottles. It was so many.
That guy's like a psychopath. Why
Yeah.
would he, like, they're dusty, pour them out? What? I don't understand.
I don't understand.
It gets better. That happened in real life in 2000. In the year 2000, a U.S. civilian employee was ordered to pour formaldehyde down the pipes into the Han River.
No.
A Korean associate was like, whoa, we can't do that. It was like, we got orders, and dumped it. He got like arrested like 5 years later. And then this was made. The U.S. military got, I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah. You look really upset.
I like want to stop recording. I like can't even fathom that happened in real life. I'm so pissed off because I was gonna say like the first scene pissed me off so much that the fact that it's like based on something real that happened pisses me off even more.
Yeah.
It's just.
You needed to cleanse that through your system.
It's going to be a while before that's cleansed through my system.
So really, is this a documentary then?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's all covered up.
Have you guys been to South Korea recently? Is it in Seoul? I assume it is. Everything.
I don't know.
The Han River?
Yeah.
I haven't
We could have
heard.
looked at the location of the
let's
bridge.
get some. That's true.
I've heard of the Han River, but I don't. So I assume it's in a major city, but I don't know.
Rivers be
Good
long.
deductive
You know,
reasoning.
like the Mississippi just goes down the whole U.S.
Oh yeah, I guess it does.
But I mean, South Korea's it's pretty small, so.
Sure.
You say sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been there, but I believe you.
Well, in comparison, I think I always get messed up because South Korea is very close to China and Russia, so
Which are both huge.
Which are monsters.
So proportionately, it looks small.
Right. Exactly. Apparently, formaldehyde. By the way, if you like, I was happy to see that the assistant had a mask on, because that shit will fuck up your respiratory system.
Yeah, it's not fun stuff.
Why are you glaring at me?
I'm just glaring, like, oh, thank God you had a mask on.
Yeah!
As you pour it into the ecosystem.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, it's a movie.
I know, that glare was not placed at you. It's just still the anger is coming out of my ears a little bit.
Well, after that scene, after Herschel's done having the dude pour it down.
Isn't it Herschel?
It is Herschel.
Dead? Yeah.
Tim is on the screen, sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
I was like, I don't know if you could outsleep this dude, man. Do you think you could?
Yeah, I was like thinking about it for a second.
Oh.
Also trying to pretend I was asleep.
He does this. Throws us off. We're like, are you there?
No, I don't have like narcolepsy per se. He just kind of passed out. But like,
that's true.
If like they were all clearly tired in one of the scenes, and they're like, how can he sleep in a time like this? I'm like, yeah, that'd be me. Like, I would wake up like he did, like, it's looking at us, but like any little thing, like it's weird. It's like a state of like being asleep, but you're still aware of your surroundings. I really can't.
It's a very light sleep.
Yeah, it's more light sleep. It's not like laying in bed and you wake up to like a noise or something. It's like sitting somewhere, laying somewhere, and you hear the faintest noise, and you'll be like, what was that? But
that's Sam every night.
So she's just a light sleeper, yeah. He has me beat. I would not be falling asleep like on the counter like that in front of people.
Yeah, right?
He has me beat there.
That was impressive. But I was like so confused because the dad was chill.
The grandpa?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
his
he
dad.
explains
His
it
dad,
later,
yeah.
kind of why.
Yeah, he does, and I was.
Which I don't
happy
know
to
how
hear
much
that.
proof there is to what he said, but like lack of
Right.
protein makes you tired when you're. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he was the older brother.
The sleeping one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he seems like the eldest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, did he like end up helping raise the other two or something? Because like, I don't know why they had a cush life if he had a rough life.
Oh, I don't know.
It's weird.
It happens. But I liked how he kept calling, like, when his daughter comes by. And they're like, oh, we gotta watch the girl. Who was the girl? Namju?
Yeah, Namju.
Namju. We gotta watch her, like, tournament. And then he always calls his dad, like, the geezer. Oh, the old geezer. I was like, oh, man, like, nobody ever calls anybody a geezer anymore.
It's
I do.
okay, you old geezer.
You still do?
Yeah.
Nice.
Tim's an old geezer.
I know.
Sleeping. I liked how they closed the stand by just, closing a curtain.
I know.
Oh, yes, let's close the stand. Whoosh. Okay.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, so when the dude is snoozing,
Snoozing.
snoozing for a bruising.
What?
I don't know. I just say things sometimes and I don't know how it's going to end.
Gotcha.
Anyways, is it the little kid that tried to steal the food? Is that the little kid later?
Oh. I don't
You know what?
think but maybe?
It might be because the person that comes over kind of looks like the guy, doesn't it? Like his older brother, or was that an adult? I don't remember at this point.
So I swear both of them were wearing like camo jackets, like the older person in the situation. But I can't say for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I felt like it was like an adult that came over, but I don't know.
I thought it was an
maybe.
adult, but like I was just trying to. I can't remember.
Piece it together. It very well could have been.
Yeah. Apparently that's a thing. Like Seru.
Yeah,
I
like
forgot to
borrowing
write it
food
down.
to survive or something.
Yeah. I
But
don't
is
know.
it really borrowing?
Well, I think the theory is with it that somebody's gonna borrow from you later
Yeah,
in life.
that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So like you borrow like in like it's just like a
You
lengthy.
pay it back later.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You don't necessarily pay that person back.
Somebody
Right, but
else.
something else. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
That is my theory on the Korean culture that I do not know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody who's listening.
Yeah, I would like to know more.
Yeah. If you just want to give us a rant about how we're idiots, go for it.
But could you send that to the Gmail, please?
Yeah. I'd prefer it that way. But we finally get to see the monster. Steve Buscemi, as is what Bong called it.
Really? That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
he and another guy. I think the monster's voice. Yes, there's a voice actor for the monster.
Really?
Yeah, for his all like his
Interesting.
noises.
That doesn't
Okay.
surprise me.
Yeah.
Nah.
Better than a lot of things like The Descent, which they literally just used animal noises.
Jurassic
Squealing
Park used
pigs and
animal
something.
noises.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park used like 10 different animals to make the T-Rex noise.
Yeah, but it came out good.
They did it good. Yeah, that roar still is amazing. Yeah, like I was saying earlier during my expectations, I thought the CGI on the monster was better than I would have expected
Yeah,
for
no.
2006.
I
Yeah.
feel like back then when I watched it, it was good, and then still watching it now, like obviously it was aged, but I still found
Yeah.
it good.
It wasn't aged to the point of being like, ew.
Yeah, it wasn't painful to watch.
Like there was like one scene I was like, I could tell it was old. The other ones I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It was above Zombies.
When it was close up, it was kind of like where you could tell it was older.
Yeah. But yeah, that thing was definitely a dolphin. An Amazon dolphin, to be exact.
Yeah, an Amazonian dolphin. I thought that was hilarious.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I definitely saw a dolphin in there. I'm like, the fuck you seen?
Yeah,
Have you
what
seen a
dolphin?
dolphin?
Like, we've never seen a dolphin before.
Clearly.
Like,
Especially one that, just like hangs out on the bottom of bridges. Like, that's normal. That's what dolphins do, right?
right.
Like, come on now, people.
Well, I mean, that's what the Amazonian dolphins do, like, it's a thing.
Clearly.
And then they learn to walk on land. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I really liked how it moved, like, underneath the bridges and, like...
Oh, the swinging?
Like it swung and
Yeah, it
then
was
like
really
it did
cool.
like perfect dives. Like I feel like that was super creative. I
Yeah.
don't remember seeing like a monster movie that did something like that, so I liked that a lot.
I don't know of a monster movie that starts where like everybody's in a crowded area like that.
And it just
feel like it's-
emerges immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually there's a little bit of tease for it for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
eventually find out what it is. But
Yeah, like Jaws, you don't see, he gets like 5 minutes of screen time. The whole movie. And like you only ever see it against, I mean, it was the 70s when they made that movie, but
right.
you only see it when there's like 3 people around ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like even the like newer Godzilla movies, like you see it right away, but like there's a build up till there's like a crowd.
Well, like Godzilla and King Kong are just such large monsters.
That's true too. Like this one was like medium sized for a monster.
It was
Or small?
In comparison to like Godzilla and stuff, I would say small, but it depends on like, I don't know.
the scale we're talking.
But like it didn't
here.
look small against the bridge, you know what I mean? Like it
Nah.
looked big.
I mean,
so
it was big, yeah, for
It's
sure.
probably
big.
the size of 2 buses.
we need a monster scale so that we can actually like talk about this
Official
appropriately.
monster scale,
Right?
yeah.
Like, but I loved how he was like running through the crowd and whatnot. Like because like I said, we're used to giant monsters taking a step, and the foot's the size of this guy.
Right, and you
Steve
don't like
Buscemi.
see people actually get hurt and stuff, whereas in this, you're actually seeing people get pretty hurt.
Right.
Like a bunch of
Just-
people, like just the memorial wall, there was more people than I thought.
That's what we said.
It barges into that like one structure they had, and like people are stuck in there, and
Oh,
they
that's
show the
right.
blood and stuff, and then it steps on the dude's arm and jacks him up, and
I felt like that was like the artsiest scene in the whole movie, with the blood just dripping.
yeah.
I don't know why. I just thought it was like really artsy. And I was like, because like they normally like would pan off, like you would see the drip, and then it would like change scenes completely,
Yeah.
and then they continued on with it. I was like, oh shit, we're still here.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know. I don't know if you have these facts for later or not, like what
Okay.
it was supposed to have come from.
Just I don't have that fact.
No, I don't know if it's even a thing. I'm
Just
just
the
curious.
formaldehyde.
Yeah, but like what creature it came from, because also like at the end it splooges off one of its things, and it is flopping
Yeah,
around.
one of
It
the
looks kind
fish.
of like a fish.
Exactly.
And I assumed
yeah.
it was like a baby.
Well, what happened was they had at the beginning they looked with the guy with the cup, the
Yeah.
fisherman. He's like, oh, it's got like 3 tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a bunch of fish like mutated
Merged
together.
and yeah, that could be.
Probably fucked up some fish eggs,
Yeah.
and like that's where it came from.
Could be. It's just so bizarre because it has like legs too, so it's almost like a salamander to some degree too.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
a lizard type situation, and then like it has a million mouths.
Mouths on mouths on mouths.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
layers of
so
mouths.
many mouths. Yeah, like you know how shark have layers of teeth. This was like layer upon layer of mouth. Like it just kept
Oh, it
opening
was.
orifices. I was like, wow.
And
that's
Sam's
a
like, "Can
lot."
you please stop?"
Yeah, kind of. I was like, this is a little too
The
much
tongue
for me.
creeped her out.
Oh my god, no. Ugh, ugh. And it like has that. Yeah, it's like
It
a
has
tail.
like a tongue tail.
Yeah, that's like a tongue, but not like a fish tail. So there's a lot going on with this monster for sure.
Oh, definitely.
It was very cool. That's all I have to say.
And can you imagine like being those people on the train that like go by and you just see the monster like come out of the river and chasing all those people down? Like I'd be like, what? the
That's some
fuck's going
fucking
on
weird
over
ass
there?
LARPing going
Am I
down
high
there.
right now? Like what is happening over there? It was craziness.
That brownie wasn't supposed to kick in yet.
Something like that. Like you're on your way to work and be like, guess I'm not going to the park today.
That's gonna be a no.
Yeah, that was just crazy. And I will say, like, so the scene that got me, I was like, oh my god, that was so painful, was when just like the way that they did the scene where he drops his daughter's hand and he realizes he has somebody else's hand.
Oh,
It was like
yeah,
so
you're like,
slow.
"Oh."
Yeah. And the music, I was just like, ugh. Just even thinking about it now, I'm like, oh my god, that was terrible. And
Yeah.
like the same thing happened when his dad died. Like they did it really slow and
Yeah.
they like panned back to him. I was like, this is
Yeah.
hard to watch.
That thing straight up just wanted to kill his dad at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to take him. It just smacked him. Ugh.
Didn't even want to eat him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just straight up smacked him on the ground.
Rage.
Rough. I don't remember that part. There's actually a lot of bits that I don't remember because I thought
that's probably
his dad
good,
was
right?
there at the end, but do what?
I was like, that's probably good, right? Like,
Yeah,
not
no,
remembering
I mean,
the whole thing.
2006
You get the experience
to now,
again.
Yeah, I pretty much re-experienced the movie, and that was
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
I was like, because we watched The Descent around that same time, so I was curious. Do you remember more or less?
I remembered more of The Descent than I did of this movie.
I feel like The Descent's plot was a little easier.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like,
I mean,
I
there
don't
was
know.
some more predictability to that than there was this,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, one thing Bong wanted to really emphasize in this film, because he always has like these weird shit he's trying to emphasize. Because Bong being Bong. He wanted them to be everyday citizens. He didn't want the scientist. He didn't want the military.
Yeah.
To fix it.
Yeah.
He wanted it to just be like a dysfunctional family.
Oh my gosh. And dysfunctional they were. Like when they're like in the gym, right? Or wherever they were, and like the memorial was there, and they were just on the floor, just like basically like fighting and like grieving, and then they're like, "Why are you taking pictures?" It was
man,
so ridiculous.
I feel like they were taking pictures and stuff because that was
till the morning.
Not something that everybody else was doing. It was like out of the norm.
Yeah.
But they were like completely over exaggerated with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Compared to everyone else that just seemed to be sitting in their own little circles, like doing their thing.
Being chill, yeah.
Did Midsummer steal it?
Oh, maybe.
I'm just
Maybe like
kidding.
feeding off each other's energy. Basically. Their crazy energy.
But yeah, at this point, I literally have written down, currently confused by the title, The Host. Because I'm like, we're like, we were 30 minutes in, right?
Yeah.
And like, you didn't see that she lived.
Right, but you see like it took people, and then...
Yeah, I know. I was just like laughing because I was like, what's it hosting?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will say during that scene, when they're like acting a fool, the guy that comes in, the first like hazmat suit guy, and he just like falls and then gets back up. That was so funny. And then
that
like,
recovery though.
Yeah. Like nobody saw that. No big deal. And then they were like, "Oh, you have to tell us what's going on." And he's like, "You know what? The news can tell you what's going on. This is totally fine."
Yeah.
It's not on the news. Huh.
Crap.
Has anybody been touched?
Yeah.
I got blood on me. Bag him.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. They just like zipped him the fuck up, and they like put him in the car. Like I was like, "Oh my god, that's rough."
And then they were like, every other like scene, he was like in the open, in a bag of sorts. In the open, in a bag.
Yeah, that's
They
kind
did
of
a
true.
lot of fucked up shit to him, honestly.
Yeah.
They just did not care at all, really.
Nah, they didn't. But then like, he's like trying to explain, like, because he gets the phone call from his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to explain, I got a phone call. What happened was the monster put her in his mouth and then puked him back up.
In the sewer with like the trash can, his like reenactment scene. That was funny.
He reenacted it perfectly.
Mm-hmm. 5 stars.
5-star.
But the cop was having none of that. He's like, "You're crazy."
Yeah, they
Which,
just
like,
thought
to
that
be-
virus like messed
Yeah.
with his head.
Yeah.
Which, like, to be fair, yeah. It doesn't sound... The way he was explaining it was not making sense.
No,
She's
no,
dead,
no.
but not dead.
She's
Okay.
deceased, but she is not
Yeah, he
dead.
wasn't
Yeah.
doing himself any favors with that
No.
explanation.
No, and then I guess that the friend later that helps the brother, the drunk brother, was the guy that the father was talking about. Like, hey, my friend's brother-in-law's cousin can help us.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was the same guy, too. And I was like, man, if only they had just listened to the grandpa at the beginning.
Right.
Mm.
It's a shame.
But anywho, they end up breaking out of the hospital, and this was one of those scenes that was hilarious to me because the music is like lighthearted, and they do that a couple times when they're like being ridiculous, and then they just like they all get in the van, right, and like the Namju is just like running, not even running, like casually walking through the garage,
Yeah,
and they're like, "We gotta get her." Oh, she's always slow, like. I don't know.
I also
That
really
scene was
liked
funny.
that they were like, "Hey, you stop!" and he like the brother gets out of the car for a second, like pretends to walk, and then jumps back in the car.
Yeah.
That was great.
And then, like the cop like catches up to them. He just grabs his head, chucks him down.
Him out. Yeah.
All right, I felt this very strongly when the dad was on the phone.
Okay.
The geezer was on the phone, sorry, because you keep
Yeah.
calling him a grandpa, and I keep thinking he's just the dad.
Okay, the geezer.
The
We'll
geezer's
call him
on the
that,
phone, and he's like, okay, this basement level, this parking number.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I say?
Yeah. I thought that was very, like, relatable. Like, he hangs up the phone and he's like, crap, what did I say? Like, thank God there was someone else with
I
him.
know.
That was
Can
funny.
you guys remember the basement floor and the number? Tim?
Are you talking about the
Like the parking scene.
parking? It was like A3, something like that.
That is half of it.
B4A3.
Yeah.
But hey, you got half of
Hey,
it.
I'm proud.
We would have been good. Because we could have remembered each half of it.
I know.
Trivia it is. Let's go.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. I was like, I wrote this down. I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna remember.
You got lucky. If we had watched this like a day before, I would have been like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if I hadn't watched this in the last 24 hours, I would not
Yeah.
have remembered
It
any
is-
of it. See, I only
I
got
know.
half of it, so.
The Half-Life it's about 24 hours for Tim.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you guys remember the dog attack scene?
Yes.
Oh,
There's
you
a
did
dog
see
that
it?
just randomly started
It
biting
randomly
somebody.
bites
Yeah.
It was like on the news or it was in the field.
It
And
was
like,
it
the
was when
fuck?
it first attacks. They're like
Yeah,
running
like
and
in
it
the
just
park.
pans to like this guy and he's getting bitten by a dog.
I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, the fuck is that? I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, like what is happening?
That was fantastic. I was like, okay, that's random. There's just so much small stuff that happened in it, so you're like, it fits for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is like like South Korean culture or not. Do we think Bong was a Boy Scout after watching Parasite in this? Because they get the guns and the brother's like, what are we, Boy Scouts now?
Oh.
Right?
And then the
Like,
kid's a scout in Parasite, right?
yeah, the kid's a scout in Parasite and the guy that lives in the basement. It's like, he was a
Interesting.
parasite. He was a
Huh.
Boy Scout. I said he was a parasite.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just a thought I had. I was like, I wonder if it's just a South Korean thing or if Bong was a Boy Scout.
Maybe.
That's a good question. Bong, hit us up. What?
Let's know.
I would love to know.
But at this point, they've broken out, right?
Yeah.
And then they have to like buy the sewer map and get the vehicle,
And then,
And then-
get through the gate.
the gate, and they were like, if they're gonna be that lazy, like, what's the point? I was
Yeah, I
like,
know.
That's kind of true, though. Like.
And then they. So what happened? I think this movie was kind of making fun of it, like Korea itself, in the fact that like they kept saying everybody thinks South Korea is not doing a good enough job because when the whole real life thing happened,
Mm-hmm.
the guy got away. Like they weren't gonna convict him of anything,
Oh.
and it got like people were pissed.
Well, yeah.
Like all like so I'm wondering if this is like a whole thing, like him referencing to that situation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
I'm probably reading way too much into it, but
Who knows?
Adam's
You
theory
might
craft
be, but
time.
I could see a lot of
Yeah.
that being true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they're trying to go through, why wouldn't they put the brother up front?
I don't know.
Like, why would you put the guy,
Because at that point, the only people on the wanted poster were the geezer and
the son?
the son. So yeah, like, come on now. Why wouldn't you just have the? Well, I guess Namju is famous, but I don't know that they knew that she was related to them. They could have put the other two up.
Park's a very common surname in South Korea.
Yeah, but it's not like. Did they even ask for their IDs?
No.
Yeah, so like it was really just like facial. Like, put the other two under the blanket.
Yeah. One of my thoughts was like once they like, oh, real quick, when they're eating like the ramen, there's like that scene when they're all in the like food.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a food truck. What was it?
I thought it was just another food
Just
trailer like they
Yeah.
owned.
I thought it was their
theirs.
food trailer. I
Yeah.
thought it was theirs.
I think
too.
it's implied
okay.
that it is or something, but
It fucked me up seeing the daughter.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was weird. Like they were like pretending she was there. Like they all kind of like had this like
Shared
family,
dream.
yeah, shared like family moment where they were like thinking she's still there, wishing she's still there. That was interesting because it's like she just pops up. You're like, "What?"
Yeah. And I was thinking, like, that would be their luck. Because at this point, like, they've been, like, so ridiculous,
Yeah.
right? I was like, it would be their luck that, like, she somehow escaped and she just, like, hanging out in the trailer.
Right.
And then when I realized, like, she wasn't there, I was like, oh, that was depressing. as fuck.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
supposed
kind of
to-
hurt.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Yeah.
pull on your
Watch that scene.
heartstrings.
Yeah.
I loved it when they were in like the tunnels and they're like, oh my god, he's on the ceiling. They all start shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the kid and the brother. Did you just pee a little bit? Yeah, it was from the bangs. Why are they shooting up in here?
Yeah, like what the heck is happening?
It's so weird that they were there. I don't know.
I know. Because, they were just like homeless kids, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I did like the family eating scene as well, because I think that's when he goes on his, like, talk about the son and, like...
How he's actually not crazy.
How he's actually not crazy. But then he says, like, he can tell when he has a good day just from his farts. And I was like, what does that even mean? Like, what the heck?
I mean, he's having a good day. When he farts and it smells, he probably needs to eat some healthier foods.
Maybe.
I was going to say, you guys know people's top condition from their farting? Like,
Yeah, I can tell when Ponya's not feeling good.
Oh, gosh. We're not going down this road.
Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim.
No.
How about them cats?
Oh, no.
We won't go there. Oh, my.
But they finally see the monster doing the chicken thing where it stares up at the
Like drinking
rain
the water.
Yeah, which chickens will drown that way.
Yeah.
They get like hypnotized from the rain and with their mouths open and they'll
yeah.
Which
die.
is weird that this thing did it.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was kind of cool. Made it different. I mean.
Oh, I thought it was like creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also odd because, like, if it is like a fish, like we were talking about,
Yeah.
like, why would it do that? You know what I
It's
mean?
more of an amphibian, though.
Yeah, I would say.
But
It
then-
mutated.
Yeah, but then I don't know. That just seems odd that would be like a situation that would do. But I agree that it's cool. It just confuses me more about the origin
Right,
of the
it just-
monster.
I know.
It just adds on top of like the mystery behind like everything about it.
Can I get a 30-minute short film prequel of this movie?
Right?
Yeah.
Just the monster mutating like from like the game Spore.
Yeah.
Like just going through the mutations. Can we get that? Drop that
That'd be
down.
cool.
But they finally hit it, shot it though,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, it's
Doesn't
running.
even do
Just follow
anything.
this. I was like, yeah. I kind of figured guns weren't gonna hurt it.
Because they never do.
Yeah.
Why would
When has a gun hurt a single monster? Like in the Descent, there were like thousands of them, so obviously guns are gonna hurt those.
right?
But
No, when it's like the main monster and they
It's a
shoot at
single?
it, it never works.
nah. But I was like, oh shit, it looked hurt for a second though.
Oh.
I mean, it probably doesn't feel good, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's actually like with the weaponry they were using. I don't think
Yeah.
it's really doing much.
I know. I was like wondering. I was like, if you could hurt it, maybe you can just follow it back to its lair.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Maybe.
think that was kind of the idea.
Yeah.
And then they shoot it again, and it takes off. But then it comes
Yeah.
back and kills the dad.
Which was rough. As we
Yeah.
talked
We have
about.
one shot left.
And then he like counts on his fingers. Nope.
Oh, it was so sad. So sad. Sam's frowning.
Yeah, that was really sad.
I need to get you on camera so Tim can see your frown.
I'm just putting my frowning emotions out there. So then at that point, they basically
Split off because he
up.
gets captured.
He gets captured, which is when the real fun begins for him. Like,
Lobotomize me, Captain.
oh my
bullshit,
god.
yeah.
Like, he thought they mistreated him before. Holy crap. And then, yeah, like, the sister and brother split up as well.
Yeah, the brother goes and tracks down the cell phone signal.
Yeah, which I was like, good on him.
They were like, yeah, he's a squirmy one. You better, he will try and escapes.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
I couldn't tell though. The friend dude was just like, at the end, he just raised a fist. And I was like,
Yeah, I'm not sure what that meant.
I thought he was like into Namju. Like he wanted like Namju's like to date. Like there were ulterior motives in that respect.
I kind of got the feeling that it was all about like a reward or something. Like he was trying to turn him in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He was talking about how much credit card debt he has or whatever, and then he was
Yeah.
asking about the reward money. So I feel like he was really, like, still trying to be friends with him. He just wanted some extra cash.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I'm with you, even though, sorry about that. Kind of. That's how I took it.
Yeah. But he evaded them like crazy.
Yeah, and then he, like, goes off the side of the bridge.
And that
so
hurt.
Yeah!
Yeah. So I will say though, he went to college,
Yes.
which means that he he's military. He's trained in the he was trained for the military.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think like you get free college in South Korea if, at least this is currently, you get free college if you do 2 years in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he had like it can explain a couple things, like his ability to make Molotov cocktails suddenly.
Yeah.
Him surviving a 30-foot fall. I don't think the military trained you for that.
Yeah, I was really shocked when he like woke up later on. I was like, oh, he didn't
On a
die.
homeless dude's bed.
Yeah, he's like, you slept on my bed. Like, what the heck, dude?
But how the fuck? Where? Who? What? I don't know how somebody finds the bridge hole to sleep in.
Oh yeah, Namju, when she was like up in the like, I mean they're not called rafters, but like the
It was a
rafters of the
rafter.
bridge.
Could you guys sleep there,
No.
Tim?
Did I sleep there?
In the bridge. In the bridge. Where Namju slept.
I don't know. Given the situation, because they all like separated and stuff, I had to think about it for a second. Yeah, I probably would.
I think I could. I was like,
I mean-
if I'm sleeping on a bridge, that's where I'm going to sleep.
It would be weird, but yeah, again, given the situation, it's like, I think I will risk this being safer than just laying out in the open or some other place, and people aren't going to really see you there, and the monster's probably not going to find you. I would take my chances, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the like scariness of it being a bridge has kind of gone away too, because like you're pretty tight in there.
Yeah.
It looked like
I don't think I'd fit, but
I'm not
you just
sure
like
that I
kind
would
of.
fit.
I
I-
have shoulders.
I think getting in and out of the hole each night and like having to walk on the rafters and all that would be the scarier part.
I swear it looks like she had like railings.
Yeah, it did look that way. That there was like steps and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, is this just a known hole?
There were a lot of holes. Yeah.
Probably a
Oh.
maintenance
Like
hole
each-
of some kind, for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, Tim's probably right. I just want to talk about that tissue sample, though. Not for me. That needle going into his, like,
Yeah, I mean,
collarbone.
why wasn't he knocked out by anesthetic?
I
I
don't
want to
know.
know that. I want to know what's up with this guy. Like he's just like,
He's
it didn't work.
narcoleptic.
Well, let's just mess with him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
He's narcoleptic on one day, can stay awake through anesthesia. Has he just been banking hours of sleep?
Right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I wish it worked like that.
that would be
Oh,
amazing. I would
man,
sleep for like
right?
24 hours and stay up for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? It'd be so great. Somebody get on that.
Yeah, let's figure that
Maybe
out.
they really do need a tissue sample from him. Maybe that is a thing.
Yeah, they're just like, we just need a tissue sample to see how you're staying up.
Yeah,
Like,
nothing to
like,
do with
what's
this
going on
animal.
here?
You're just weird.
Yeah, and then they're like, yeah, there's no virus at all. And I'm like, of course there was no virus. You guys are just throwing hands up in the air. And I was like, oh, man.
And they're still gonna lobotomize him anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
fuck
I
it.
hated that scene.
Well, they didn't tell the
Yeah,
South
those
Korean
guys didn't
doctors.
know. Yeah.
It was
That's
only the
true.
American doctors that knew.
Still.
I was like, guys, communication is key.
Yeah.
Come on. But anyways, he gets lobotomized. And then he wakes up fine.
Yeah, I know. Because, like, when they first pan to him, I'm like, oh, okay, he's clearly lobotomized. Great. This is fun. And then, like, he takes the one girl hostage, and I'm like, nope, he's fine still. Don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this guy.
They fixed him.
They fixed him.
Maybe.
Now he can't sleep.
Yeah, exactly. He's up forever.
Well, he was also running around like he was fine. I was like, fucking hey.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about how Namju, not Kim. Kim's very common in Korea too. But Namju got knocked down the hole when she was just like one-on-one in that monster.
Oh my god, I was so pissed.
Yeah,
I was
thought
like,
she
that
was
would
done.
happen. Yeah.
I know. I was like, well,
Schmacked.
another person loses their brain cells.
Exactly.
I also definitely thought that when the two kids got taken
Mm-hmm.
and they had that backpack
Yeah.
of food, that it was gonna, like, they were
They
gonna.
were going to be able to eat it.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna have some food all of a sudden. I guess not.
Yeah, because they basically were like, we got to go get her because she's going to starve to death. Because they were like, if she's in that sewer, when has she eaten last?
Right.
And then they're escaping the hospital.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just very confused by the sewer a little bit because I was like, oh, okay, the monster's like putting him down there just to like have a little situation, right? Because at the time he wasn't really eating it. It was just licking it. And then like it comes back towards the end, right?
Yeah.
And then it just upchucks all those bones.
Yeah,
and I was like,
oh.
okay, so it does eat them.
Yeah.
Good to
'Cause
know.
it seems like it's like, okay, so the host, it's doing something like,
Dinner party.
yeah, it's like using them somehow, and it's like, yeah, they're somehow gaining, I don't know, like they're parasites, but they're not gaining anything from the situation. I really was confused with what was going on.
Yeah.
Yep, and then it shows all the bones, and you're like, oh, okay.
He was just saving his snacks in a snack hole,
Yep.
you know, normal things.
I thought at first that like the monster was gonna kind of just be like a red herring for the actual host, because
Or like
the main
that was a bigger
dude,
thing it was bringing stuff to.
well, like Gong Du, like the main dude, the dad, like the girl's dad,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, yeah, I feel like something's squirming in my back,
Yeah.
and I thought he
Oh,
was going
yeah.
to be host to the next monster.
I thought so too, like an alien type thing.
Exactly.
That'd be
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay, so that's the host, and then he was fine. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so
Oh,
he
wait,
was
no.
not the host.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, I'll get into that in a little bit.
And then I was just confused when they brought up that, like, she hadn't eaten. I'm like, yeah, like, what is she doing to still survive? Because it's been a while when
yeah.
she's...
It's been like 2 days.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
after they got separated?
It definitely
Yeah.
seemed like it was like almost a week, but I think it was really
Yeah.
only like 2 days.
We only saw 2 nights happen.
Okay, so maybe...
Maybe 3.
Okay.
And
so...
she was still able to drink. And I'm going to just keep interrupting you.
That's fine. But anywho, I don't know. I guess I thought it had been longer. That's maybe not a concern now since it's only been 3 days.
That we think.
But yeah, I was just confused how she was she was clearly hungry, but like what was she eating? And then the scene that I really liked was the little kid when she was like, "Okay, I'll take you back to our food trailer and like you can have whatever you want, like just let me know what food you want." And he was like naming all the foods.
And he's like, yep, of
Kinda
course we
weird.
have that. Yep.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, like when he
that
was-
fun.
Yeah, when he was naming them, they just kept cutting the scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, is the stream fucked up?
That
was my
Yeah,
first
that was
thought.
an interesting choice for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it was just supposed to show like time lapse almost, is what it felt
I
That's
like.
know.
what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then she's just like, they throw the thing up there, and I'm like, damn, they actually got it
They
up
couldn't
there.
reach it.
Yeah, that was terrible.
But
And at that point, you're like, okay, cool, like, bring us a few more people, right? And then,
Yeah.
of course, it doesn't happen.
yeah. And then she tries to run up it.
Yeah.
Fucking catches her in his sleep. Just like holds her up there. I'm
I
like,
don't know that it was
oh,
actually
fuck.
sleeping. It was just like pretending,
Resting?
like predatory.
there,
Oh.
that's probably true.
Yeah.
I like to
Actually,
believe it was sleeping, and then it just caught her instinctively. Ha!
I mean, it could be both. It could have like
Poking
defenses
Elastos?
like that. I found it weird that
Yeah.
it chose that spot to sleep in,
On the bones, yeah, that seems uncomfortable.
or just like in general, like it's kind of an open spot, and this creature seems like something that, well, it did sleep under the bridge and stuff, but that was before it was
Yeah.
being shot at and everything.
Yeah, I feel like it would like curl up in a ball, like like you know how cats are made of liquid.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this guy's made of liquid too. Like he could just like get into a spot
That's
that doesn't
tough,
make
yeah.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Except he couldn't because of Namju.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I was really kind of pissed that he didn't eat her at that point because
Namju or the girl?
the girl,
Okay.
like when he's like fake sleeping or not sleeping, whatever's happening there, he basically like catches her and then puts her down as like a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if you're gonna eat her, just eat her, because like you've basically held her hostage for however many days, right?
Yep.
A couple days now, and like just eat her now. So I don't know. I was kind of upset that he didn't just eat her then, and we had to
Right.
watch her get eaten later.
Yeah. It's crazy though how all 3 of the siblings all ended up meeting up.
Yeah, bonkers.
Bonkers.
I like that because it made sense, like how it all came together. Because you're like, okay, is only one of them gonna be doing this now? The other chick got
Yeah.
knocked out, she's done for. But
Right?
then
He's making
she
Molotov
climbed
cocktails.
back out somehow. But yeah, I don't know. That was cool. I liked how they all came back together. Like I said, this movie wasn't really predictable at all
Nah.
with that kind of stuff. Like I mean, some things you were like, okay, well, at some point they're probably gonna reconnect. But how it was done, I don't know. It was good.
You're
Yeah.
like, archery's gonna play a key
I
role
thought he was
here.
gonna have more. to do, but then
Yeah.
at the end there when she catches it on fire, it's like, okay, makes more sense now, because every time she went to fire, she wasn't letting go soon enough or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she launches it and walks away like a badass when it catches on fire.
Yeah.
And then he comes back with the sign to spear him. It's like, that was beautiful.
Adam enjoyed these
So
parts
good.
of the movie.
I enjoyed watching it get massacred, yes.
Yeah.
And
Just
the
made me
fish
think
just
of
flopping
Monster
around.
Hunter. I was like, I want to be a monster hunter in real life.
I got bad news. I don't know if we got those type of monsters. We just have regular animals.
Yeah, I know.
Excuse me, have you seen the show River Monsters?
That's true. I mean, Tim's still hunting for Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and some werewolves.
Yeah, werewolf. Beast
You'll
of
find
Bray
him one
Road.
day.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there somewhere. I know it.
You can head to Florida, find the swamp ape.
I've got a list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The
I
New
think
Jersey Devil.
Yeah, there's like a road trip list, and I was like, oh, this looks fun.
Right? Tim, you got any more notes?
Let me double
They all
check
lived
here.
happily ever after. Sorry.
The end. That was a good ending scene, though. Like when he
It
has the
was.
kid and everything, and you see he's more seems more mature, I guess. And then he's like waiting for another one. That was good. I like that.
Yeah.
Sam thought the girl lived for a minute, right?
Yeah,
I thought
No, that girl did not live.
Mm-mm.
The daughter?
I thought she opened her eyes and stuff at the end.
Nah.
Mm-mm.
She dead.
So what confused me is that they panned.
Huh.
Yeah, they like panned to the. So apparently, like when he pulls her out, because I read online, when he pulls her out, she's dead, right? Which is what we are led to believe.
Yeah.
But then at some point, I feel like once we see the dad with the kid, like when they're back in the food trailer, they must have been old pictures. But for some reason, one of the pictures, it looked like he still had like bandages on his head. So I was like, oh, maybe that was like post incident. Like he went back to the doctor to like make sure his head's all good, right?
Yeah.
And like she was with him, and then I mean you don't see her in the trailer, so I'm like, okay, so like where is she then?
Yeah.
So did she die? And I was like, yeah, she definitely died. I was like, oh,
That
okay.
makes sense. I thought she opened her eyes, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
like
sad.
my last note is really just about that whole Agent Yellow thing. Like,
Yeah.
if that was actually that toxic and stuff,
They'd all be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, and the other thing is, like, wouldn't it be highly concentrated if it was meant to go in the water? Like, I don't know if they were going to drop it in the water or what. So then being released on land like that, like, I don't know. It definitely killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And it didn't
It
even kill
definitely
it.
did.
But
Right?
Yeah.
may have damaged it. I don't even know, but
Yeah, I think it did a little
It
bit.
like stunned it.
yeah.
Yeah. It clearly wasn't enjoying it. But then going back to the whole like, okay, we're gonna drop it in the water. Isn't that how we got into this issue in the first place?
Right.
So like come on now.
Ipso facto.
Yeah.
Also, we haven't even talked about the MVP of the homeless dude just with a can of gasoline.
Oh yeah.
That was
Fucking
great.
just-
And it just happened to be underneath where he was.
I
Yeah.
know. It was weird. He was just like, he like just got up. Yeah, I'm coming with you. I'm like, the fuck is going on with this dude?
It was so
Yeah.
strange. It was so strange, but it worked.
It worked.
And then it opened its mouth to drink the gasoline,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Because it thought that's why they did the rain scene.
Yeah. I thought
kinda
that was
understand it
nice
more.
and cohesive.
I know.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like to string it all together.
Yeah.
I thought I liked it too.
Yeah.
Like rather than it just glaring at them in a window.
Yeah.
But that was your last note, Tim?
Yep.
All right, I'll get to the cast. We're going to just start with the Park family so I don't have to say their last name 5 times. Gong Du, main lobotomized boy, man, being, is played by Song Kang Ho. He's in Parasite,
What? Shocked.
Snowpiercer,
Whoa.
Memories of Murder,
Oh.
another Bong film. And then Hee Bong, which is the grandpa geezer,
Geezer.
is played by Byun Hee Bong. Oh, it's probably Hai Bong is the character, Hee Bong in real life. Anyways, he was in Memories of Murder.
So I guess we gotta watch that one, guys.
Yeah. He's in Okja. He's the grandpa.
Nice.
And then he's in Pinocchio. He's in a show, South Korean Pinocchio show. I don't know. Namil is the brother. He's played by, I shit you not, Park Hae-il. So he has the same last name as his character. He's in Memories of Murder, High Society, and then A Muse. Like 2 words, A and then Muse.
Nice.
Namju is played by Bae Duna. Not Donna. She's in Sense8.
Oh, okay.
And then Cloud Atlas
Nice.
Kingdom, another Netflix original. And then Jupiter Ascending.
So she's done a lot of
She's
stuff.
actually over on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you recognize Hong Xiao? The little girl?
Mm-mm.
Well, that was played by Koa Sung, who is in Snowpiercer.
Mm-hmm.
She is, you remember the main song? Her dad in this movie is her dad in Snowpiercer.
In Snowpiercer. And they, like, go out in the snow, like, towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her.
Nice.
She's also in The Beauty Inside, Right Now, Wrong Then. And then I wrote down Douglas, the asshole. I actually wrote that, Sam, here. He's the scientist at the beginning. I wrote down that he was an asshole.
He was.
It's played by Scott Wilson, who is Herschel from The Walking Dead. He's also in The Last Samurai, and he plays George Wilson in The Great Gatsby in 1975 or 4.
George Wilson.
So here's a little fun story about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's also in a movie called Monster, and Bong apparently really liked his performance in that. So he mailed the script in the movie Memories of Murder to Scott Wilson, be like, hey, will you be in my movie? And I'm like, but then he just give it this tiny spot.
Wait, he mailed him the script for
this
Memories.
one.
Oh.
For this movie, for the host, and then he sent his previous work, Memories of Murder.
Gotcha. Okay, so he sent both scripts.
Yeah, and then they agreed to do something.
And then he gave him a little part. But hey,
Yeah.
he couldn't be in the whole thing.
Yeah. But the American Doctor, the guy with like the lazy eye, is Paul Lazar. He's in Silence of the Lambs, Snowpiercer. Because who the fuck isn't in, like, Bong just likes to reuse his actors. I love it. I mean, Tarantino does it too.
Yeah.
And Tarantino loves this movie, so.
There you go.
Or he put it in like a top 100 or something.
Nice.
But yeah, this American Doctor Paul Lazar dude's also in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Hey, did you guys know the director's Bong Joon-ho?
Whoa.
What? So shocked.
And we have definitely not said any of his other movies of Parasite, Snowpiercer, Okja, Mother, or Memories of Murder.
I don't think
So
Thus
yeah,
far.
we've almost finished our Bong journey.
Yeah. We got 2 left, Sam. Tim's got 1.
Yeah.
So, real quick, the Host 2 was apparently greenlit back in before the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't had anything happen with it. But somebody they were talking about making a second one. And you're like, well, the monster's dead, except the monster roared at the very end of the credits.
What? Now I gotta go play the rest of the credits so I can hear it.
Yeah.
It's literally just a roar.
Yeah, but I need to hear it.
You need closure.
Yeah.
Or is
Okay.
it doesn't show anything? It's just a roar?
That's my understanding.
What if it was
So
the
it could
little
be
thing that
second
fell off?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
fish. I know.
Dang!
This movie had won 29 awards,
Holy cow.
and it was nominated for 35 other awards. The tagline for this is, it's lurking behind you.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I don't think it's doing much lurking. It's just kind of like, bam.
Yeah.
Right? I was confused by that, but all right. And then, you guys ready to go take a road trip to the Han River? Because there's a statue of the monster there.
What? That's
Really?
amazing.
Yeah, so this movie this was like the #1 South Korean film till at least 2009. So I'm sure Parasite exceeded it, right?
Right.
But up until like at least 2009, it like sold some ridiculous amount of movies in like South Korea, and they're like, we're gonna build a statue of the monster and put it on the Han River.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
We gotta go see it, guys.
Yeah, I know. So I was like really excited about that.
Nice.
The budget for this film was $11 million.
Wow.
The box office was 89.9.
Woo!
No,
Nailed it.
Wow.
I know. It's pretty impressive. I was happy to hear that. Like, because it actually got some publicity over here. Like, clearly Tim saw it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like Tim was following Bong back then in high school.
No, I didn't know who Bong was.
Yeah. You might have watched Snowpiercer by accident. Actually, I think we all watched it because of a Willy Wonka theory.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sam's love of train movies.
Yeah.
But the critics rated this movie a 93%.
Dang.
The
Coming
audience,
after Paddington.
the audience scored it a 72%.
Oh.
IMDb with a 7.1 out of 10, which is high, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're going to go after Google with its 85% rating.
Google.
Fuck you,
Always
Google.
Disappointing me.
Yeah. Now, Tim, you saw this movie in 06-ish. Would you watch it again for the third time?
Absolutely. Yes. I really like this movie. I don't know how I didn't know that it was available, because I probably would have watched it. Well, I know I would have watched it. We probably did, and I just
after Okja.
It's again just one of those ones that I've seen, and like
maybe you're like, do I need to watch it again?
Yeah, do I need to watch it again? Or like, I think at one point I was thinking about it for the podcast, and then here we are.
I think it might be on our list.
Yeah, actually, it probably is. And then so I don't know. I just yeah, I
you really like it.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot. I remember liking it a lot. I definitely didn't remember all of it.
That's a plus.
So that was awesome. So I got to re-experience it. I was fully drawn in. So yeah, flip it on both times, and I'll probably watch it again in the near future.
Yeah, how about you, Sam? You're a fan of monster movies.
I am. I would flip it on, and I'm a fan of Bong. Like,
I was like, your tone right there said you were gonna flip it off for a second.
Oh, I just like to put a little suspense in there. Of course, I'm gonna flip it on. Is that better?
Yeah, I need your intensity.
Yes, of course, I'm gonna flip it on. The visuals were very pretty at certain scenes, and like I said, like some of the slower scenes where they pan and you're just kind of like waiting for stuff to happen. You're like, ugh. Like, I don't know. It got a rouse out of me, as his movies normally do. The music was good, like when it's the family's being crazy and it's lighthearted. Music. Yeah, it's like fun. And then when something serious is happening, it's crazy. And then like just kind of what we were talking about before, the monster is not necessarily like other monsters that we've seen. So I think that was cool too. And like Tim said, like it wasn't super predictable. Like I constantly felt myself being like, oh shit, that person's still alive, or like, oh shit, that person died. Like, I don't know. I was just like, it doesn't keep you like on a linear path, which I liked a lot. So yeah, definitely flip it on. Adam?
I would also say flip it on. I'm not going to give any suspense.
Okay.
I liked it for a monster movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so used to the monster movie, being like, you're not going to see, just taking out a small crew of people. Mm-hmm. I loved that it just bulldozed through an entire park.
Yeah.
I found that hilarious.
It just kept bulldozing through stuff. Belly flopping on cars.
Dude, it did belly flop on a car. Yeah. Did you jot that? I thought we were going to talk about it.
Yeah, but the time passed. Still got to squeeze it in there, though.
There you go. You got it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I loved his massacre. That's probably saying something bad about me, but...
Yeah, do we need to get you checked out?
Any couch psychologist can tell you.
Yeah.
Tell us, I guess. Tell you, probably, for reasons. No, I would say I like it. I like Bong's movies, though. This one did not give me stress. I did not stress during this film. I was not anxious. It's not scary. I don't find it's listed as a horror, but I don't.
More of a thriller. Well, no, it's listed as a thriller and science fiction.
Oh, I thought it was listed as horror too.
No.
Because it's not horror. I would say, it's a thriller monster movie, science fiction action. I would recommend it to people who want to see a giant fish monster.
Yeah, and I think it's a good, like, Bong starter.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite as, like, it's heavy, but it's not as heavy as, like, Okja and Parasite, in my opinion.
Oh, no, those
kind of fuck you up.
Mentally, at least it mentally fucked me up.
And I don't know, is Snowpiercer heavy? I fell asleep on that one.
It is. They have a TV show still. They got 2 seasons, at least.
Yeah. So, I think this is a lighter Bong movie. Ish, if you can get one.
Well, I would say Snowpiercer. It should be noted that is a it's adapted.
Gotcha.
I think it's a comic, and instead of roaches, it's actually poop that they make everybody eat. Fun facts. But yeah, flip it on if you want to watch a South Korean film. If you're interested in reading. Yeah,
if you're interested in Bong and you're like, where do I start? I think this would be a decent one.
Yeah, and if you have Hulu, I think Mother's on Hulu, Tim.
I think I watched it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, if you need to rewatch it,
Yeah.
Parasite is there, too.
Yeah.
So you can get 3 of them. And I think Netflix has Snowpiercer and Okja. So if you got those 2 services, you can catch up to me and Sam on the Bong game.
Bung, bung, bung.
And then if you like monster movies, definitely flip it on.
Yep.
If you get upset about dusty formaldehyde, flip it on.
Don't flip it on if you get really pissed off like Sam did.
Yeah, I don't know. I was pissed. I'm still a little pissed.
Yeah,
clearly.
douchey.
Yeah.
Douchey's like a nice way of saying it. But we're going to go to next week. It's my turn to pick.
Woo.
Sam, spin me, dog. Oh, shit. I'm not even looking at it. It's all on her.
You got least filled. So which one is the one that we have not really gotten, right?
Least filled would most likely be director's cut, but it doesn't count towards director's cut, if that makes sense.
Sure.
No.
So, like, director's cut, we're not going to remove a director's cut on our list.
Okay.
We remove a least filled. So director's cut is the one.
Okay.
This is where, this is a newer one that hasn't been picked. Both of them, technically. So least filled is basically, we're just trying to make sure we get some of the ones that we haven't gotten to pick.
Yeah.
Picked. But least filled, that's least filled. But director's cut is where Sam and Tim are going to pick a director,
Woo-hoo.
and then I have to pick a movie by said director.
Tim, should we pick Bong? Just kidding.
So it's a fun way to do it. Yeah. Let's see what.
So we can consult about the director now, unless we think that will take a long time.
Do you think it'll take long?
I think it'll take.
Okay, so you guys will have to wait to find out.
Yep.
Yeah. But cool. Well, I got nothing. What do you want to say for the outro, Sam?
See you next week.
All right. How about you, Tim? I want a different one.
Uh.
That was beautiful.
Perfect.